and welcome to National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, His Excellency Nicolas Maduro Moros makes his first official visit to Dominica as President of Venezuela. St. Kitts and Nevis stands in solidarity with Dominica, and Japan's new ambassador to Dominica presents credentials. Details of our headline stories and more after this. Thanks for staying with us. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela continues to stand in solidarity with Dominica. The country's president, His Excellency Nicolas Maduro Moros, visited the island on Wednesday in support of Dominica's efforts to alleviate the plight of those who lost during the storm. The country donated 300 homes to the government of Dominica. Nisha Charles brings this report.
2 years after taking up office as President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, His Excellency Nicolas Maduro Moros has visited the island of Dominica. The occasion to officially hand over 300 Petro Casa homes to the people and government of Dominica following the passage of Tropical Storm Erika on August 27.
The Venezuelan president touched down at the Douglas Charles Airport Wednesday afternoon, along with a delegation from Venezuela as well as neighboring St. Kitts and Nevis. His last visit was in 2007 as foreign minister under the administration of the late Hugo Chavez. The president was greeted by Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, as well as His Excellency the President of Dominica Charles Savre and Mrs. Savre and other dignitaries. Wednesday's occasion was a symbolic one, marking the continued solidarity of Venezuela to the people and government of Dominica, especially in times of disaster. Venezuela was one of the first countries to come to Dominica's aid following the devastation of Erika, bringing supplies as well as personnel to help in the recovery and rescue operations. Now His Excellency Maduro is solidifying his continued commitment to Dominica. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the very presence of the Venezuelan president has lifted the spirits of the Dominican people.
From the moment the storm impacted upon us, President Maduro mobilized the Venezuelan people immediately. He did not wait for me to call him or for me to write to him to indicate to the Venezuelan government and the people that the true friendship of Venezuela will be manifested in its response to Dominica's disaster. And for this, President, we want to thank you and the people of Venezuela.
An emotional Prime Minister expressed his gratitude to the Venezuelan leader for his country's generosity.
As Prime Minister of this country, I did not ask President Maduro for 300 homes. I did not ask him for 3 homes. I did not ask him for 30 homes. He has taken a decision on behalf of his people to offer this hand of friendship and generosity to our people. And for us, it is a very emotional thing because we understand and appreciate the challenges which Venezuela is undergoing at present. But I believe as a true disciple of our dear commander, the founder of the alternative arrangement, ALBA, President Hugo Chavez, who always taught the Venezuelan people that it is not given from the largest that you have, but it's to give from the little that you have. And I think that is the true spirit that is manifesting itself in the offer of 300 homes to Dominica by President Maduro.
The Venezuelan president remains committed to continuing the legacy of the late President Hugo Chavez through regional integration.
And I want to convey to you, Mr. President, to the Prime Minister, and to the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, that you can count with all the support of the Venezuelan government and people, of the people and the governments of ALBA and Petrocaribe.
In the wake of Tropical Storm Erika, President Maduro called for the strengthening of ties between the two countries.
So we've come here today in the spirit of brotherhood, to renew our commitment with you to work together in cooperation. But in the face of these hardships, in the wake of the passage of this storm, we need to look forward. We need to look to what the future in order to strengthen our economies, to strengthen our trade exchanges, and to strengthen our social programs.
The two leaders hosted private meetings to discuss additional ways of helping to restore Dominica through Petrocarib and Alba.
Viva Venezuela! Viva Maduro! Viva la Bolivariana Alternativa de Alba!
Que viva la unión de los pueblos del Alba.
Long live the union of the Alba peoples.
Que viva la solidaridad.
Long live the solidarity.
Y que viva el amor verdadero.
And long live true love.
For GIS News, I'm Nisha Charles reporting.
Thanks, Nisha, for that report. In more news, the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis are standing in solidarity with the government and people of Dominica. In the wake of Tropical Storm Erica, the Twin Island state pledged $1 million EC in support of Dominica's recovery efforts. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, accompanied President Maduro on his visit to Dominica on Wednesday to share in the hope of recovery.
The strong friendship I've had with Prime Minister Skerrit, but more importantly, we recognize that the people of Dominica had suffered a terrible devastation and setback. And initially Dominica was not in the pathway, St. Kitts and Nevis was. So it was, as it were, through the grace of God, that the storm, as it were, avoided us and didn't do anything significant relative to what was done in Dominica. And in the context of that, we felt that it was important that we show in a real serious way that we were committed to the recovery efforts and that we were wishing Dominica well. We gave at the time what was the most substantial contribution, and perhaps for some time to come has been, because some larger countries gave less and we got some criticism from the opposition. But in our hearts and in our mind, we know that it was the right thing. Had it happened to St. Kitts and Nevis, we would have looked to the world to be as generous as they possibly can. And so we were happy to be able to provide some leadership and to say to our people, this is what solidarity is about. Solidarity knows no boundaries. And when you have friends and when you have sister states within the CARICOM region which are affected, we must do what it is in our measure to do.
The St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister says Dominica can look forward to his country's continued support. Meantime, evangelist Peter R. Augustine is praising the Honorable Prime Minister for his great leadership of the Dominica people. He says in times like these, the Dominica leader has shown a great governance and should be applauded for his efforts in rebuilding the nation. He was speaking at a ceremony to welcome the Venezuelan President, His Excellency Nicolas Maduro Moros, on Wednesday.
I believe in no uncertain terms, you have shown the level of leadership that you are capable of demonstrating. And if I may be bold to be prophetic, I also have no doubt that in years to come, when other nations will face disasters as we've had, or worse than we've had, they will look for you, your counsel, your advice, and your experience.
You're watching National Focus. When we return, President Maduro brings hope to residents affected by Tropical Storm Erica. Stay with us. Welcome back. Japan's new ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Mitsuhiko Odaka, officially presented his credentials to President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savary, on Thursday. The island's head of state hoped that the new ambassador will continue to build on the good work already established by his predecessors. He says Dominica over the years has benefited immensely from Japan, including post-tropical storm Erica recovery efforts.
I would like to express the appreciation of the government and people of Dominica for the tremendous assistance extended to Dominica under the Japan Overseas Development Assistance, the Grassroots Human Security Project, the Fisheries Grant Aid Programs, and Japan's grant aid for provisions of industrial products, including the provision of technical experts and training opportunities for Dominican nationals. I note in particular your country's quick expression of concern and condolences and the offer of assistance in the wake of the devastation caused by Tropical Storm Erika.
The new ambassador says he had a chance to witness some of the damage done by the storm on his trip from the airport and promised Japan's continued support in Dominica's recovery and reconstruction efforts. While here in Dominica, His Excellency will present major projects to the 3 institutions on the island.
Namely, the project for the construction of the dormitory for people with disabilities to be funded under the grant assistance for grassroots human security programs. The project for renovating the cafeteria and the retaining wall of the Christian Union Primary School, and the project for the renovation of the Dominica Community High School.
His Excellency Charles Savre also anticipates further assistance from Japan.
I welcome the news that the government took the decision in February 2014 to launch the Japan World Bank Risk Management Joint Program, which aims to improve disaster risk management in developing countries. It is my sincere hope that Dominica will benefit from this timely initiative and will continue to benefit from your country's expertise and that of your people. I also expect that we will explore together greater opportunities for developing more creative means of cooperation between our 2 countries, including in the vital area of geothermal development.
Dominica and Japan established diplomatic relations in 1978. His Excellency Odaka replaces His Excellency Yoshimasa Tezuka. In more news, displaced residents of the communities of Petit Savan and Dubic are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. The sense of relief for residents came after President Maduro's visit to Dominica on Wednesday to hand over 300 petrocasas to assist those who lost their homes during the passage of Tropical Storm Erika late August. A group of residents were guests at Wednesday's ceremony at the request of the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. He assured residents that his priority is to the Dominican people.
I want to say to the persons who've been impacted upon, the communities which we have had to evacuate, that the government and people of Dominica will seek to provide you with a better way of life. Or we have a firm commitment to the human aspect of this disaster. We shall restore bridges, we shall restore roads, but our commitment is to the people, especially those who've been impacted upon.
The residents are now filled with a sense of hope.
When you have nothing and someone comes to your assistance in that way, it's a fantastic gesture. I would only hope that other countries, rich countries, richer than Venezuela, would come to our assistance.
Some of us we could afford to make a house if you get the land, but the others can't afford to have a house. So it's a good idea. I'm watching the house, not bad, it's good. I'm seeing you can afford one, you get one, so I mean at least you have to praise the Lord. It's a good move.
For those who criticize it, but I am saying the people of Petit Savan appreciate it very, very much. Not in that state either. Well done, President of Venezuela and Dominica.
Following the wake of Tropical Storm Erika, many businesses in Dominica are taking on their corporate responsibility, assisting those affected. Today, the Dominican National Lottery made a significant donation as their way of giving back. Ken George is Sales and Marketing Manager at the Dominican National Lottery.
We at the National Lottery, and management, we looked at the various disasters and the various communities that was impacted. And among management, through our corporate company, that is CBN, Canadian Banknote, we decided to adopt the communities of Kulibistri and Koliho. So we here this morning are here to make a presentation to the various Member of Parliament and the Village Council representative.
The vouchers will be presented to selected persons from the communities of Kolibistri and Koliho. 172 vouchers at a value of $500 per voucher were handed over, making the donation of the Dominica Lottery an estimated $86,000. The general manager explained how the vouchers are to be used.
These vouchers, they are redeemable at GIS Company Limited, and one of the things we did at the National Lottery, we made the vouchers so that it can be redeemed at all the departments of GIS Company. These vouchers are not specifically what we call food relief vouchers, but they to serve in the supermarket, the clothing, the hardware, even the vehicle section of GIS, so that those who have been affected, be it your motor vehicle, be it your building, be it your clothing, or whatever department you want to utilize at GIS, these vouchers will be available to be redeemed. We also gave allowance for the individuals who have these vouchers redeemed up to January 31st, 2016. So they are valid up to January 31st, 2016, giving the individuals enough time to decide as to whatever item that they want to receive from these vouchers. So we are indeed extremely happy that we at the National Lottery can make that level of contribution.
The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Koliho constituency, the Honorable Lady Catherine Daniel, says that the donation came in a timely manner.
I think their gift to the constituencies very timely, very appropriate, because I think we need maybe to move out of the supplies, and this will help our people to select, purchase the things that they really need, because we need our economy to come back. And so if we give them this money, they can now go into the shops, shop, and boost the economy again. So I want to say thank you very, very much. When Ken called me, I never expected it to be that amount. And I think the people of Koliho, the constituents of Koliho, will be exceedingly happy. I hope they make the best use of it. And I just want to say thank you so much. It couldn't be a better gesture for the people than that. Gifts like this and gestures like this can only help build their confidence and hope that people really care for them, and they can get the energy and the boost to start coming up again.
Kolibistri Village Council Chairperson Erickson Robinson believes that the contribution will go a long way in returning a sense of normalcy to his community.
We have in the excess of 127 persons affected directly, and families that is, and we will use this contribution to ensure that they themselves are put in a better living standard. Many of the persons in Kolibistri have lost most of their personal items, most of their personal belongings and property, and even some of their own, personal income generating still, So we want to just say that we are in fact grateful for that contribution from the Dominican Lottery. It is going to impact directly on the lives of the families and the individuals in Kolibistri, and I'm sure they will be very, very much appreciative of that. Bringing them to some level of normalcy in the community. And we must not underestimate when corporate citizens make those sort of contributions to the lives of individuals, and we're indeed grateful for that.
And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt a fait parole merci pour le gouvernement Venezuela pour nous bout et puis Dominique en temps trois cas là. Premier ministre Skerritt fait parole là pendant il délivre l'adresse en cérémonie en basse avion Douglas Charles pour visite président Venezuela Nicolas Maduro. Honorable Skerritt dit depuis président Maduro apprend désastre qui passe Dominique, immobiliser peuple Venezuela pour assister pays là. Il dit Maduro pas espérer pour être écrit, mais il immédiatement met des bagages en place pour assister Dominique. Premier ministre a dit aussi que Dominique pas demandé Venezuela pour case Petrocasa, mais c'était décision Venezuela. Premier ministre a dit même si Venezuela ni challenge, il vient nous assister Dominique. Premier ministre Skerritt aussi fait parole que gouvernement a commitment assister les gens qui affectés par culture américain. Finalement, Premier ministre crié pour unité et puis pour Dominicains travaillent ensemble aussi tiennent tête à eux en l'air et puis oui bâti pays là. En la nouvelle, le ministère de l'Éducation a avisé parents et négrions l'école Grammar School, ça fait où l'institution a fermée. Parole celle-là sortira du ministère de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean.
Aussi, nous voulons dire que tous les enfants Grammar School qui en premier pour troisième forme, qui yoni pour rester à Kayo toujours, puisque l'école là nous a still servi quand ça nous a créé un shelter. En même moment là ça, nous voulons crier à tous les parents qui enfants yo passent à attendre l'école présentement pour yo travailler avec ces enfants ça yo à Kayo, puisque il est nécessaire pendant yo pas à l'école pour faire quelque chose et aussi yoni ces textbook là à parents ça travaille avec ces enfants ça yo. En moment là ça, ministre de l'Éducation a continué à travailler avec institution comme Doasco pour nous essayer de mettre l'eau en toute l'école avec pour nous mettre bitin en ordre pour c'est l'école là qui peut commencer.
En d'autres nouvelles, Président de Venezuela Nicolas Maduro fait une visite officielle Dominique mercredi semaine là. Président Maduro visite le pays pour voir manière où ça assisté après Erika. Maduro fait parole que Venezuela Kadoubou et puis Dominique en solidarité en tant que là. Et aussi présenter Dominique et puis cadeau 300 maisons Petrocasa. Et de venir Dominique et puis parole à ce compte payant pour assister Dominique. Ça fait main en main pour aider l'autre car marcher en temps désastre comme ça, Président Maduro dit. Le président a fait parole que Venezuela a un commitment pour assister Dominique et puis pour Alba et Petrocaribe. M. Maduro fait parole que la situation là en Dominique a un plus support pour affaires intégration. Et puis finalement, Dominican National Lottery a venu devant jouer par à assister les gens qui sont affectés par Kulta Erika. Il a fait présentation voucher pour résident Coliho et puis Colibistri jeudi à valer $500 chaque. Ils sont avec 25 résidents de Colibistri et puis 47 de Coliho qui bénéficient. Membre Parlement Coliho, Honorable Catherine Daniel, ensemble et puis Honorable Hector John de Colibistri, réservé ces vouchers à ses constituencies ailleurs. M. Ken George, c'est officier de relations publiques pour Dominica National Lottery.
Nous, en l'automne, nous faisons contribution pour la communauté Colio et avec Colibistri. Nous, tout le monde sait ça. Souffert d'Erika, au désastre. So, nous, quand nous avons des puis nous, on donne des droit pour aider mon Dominique. Nous savons, l'autre place qui tapé bon assistant au gouvernement et l'autre monde, nous décidons pour aider les Colibistri.
Mais si nous, généralement, comme quantité, c'est là.
Eh bien, nous baillons ces gens-là, nous demandons pour liste, mon parlement et mon local government, c'est ces gens-là qui tapent plus mauvais en problème. Et bien, nous baillons $100 en voucher. Là, ça allait coûter à France, mais nous pas pour manger, nous sommes pour builder le matériel pour faire caillou, si voiture, nous sommes allés là, nous sommes pour caillou. Nous sommes janvier l'année prochaine, et il va aller janvier l'année prochaine, tous ces temps-là pour aider voucher. Nous avons travaillé généralement. Pas en manger, mais tout ça, ça fait parce que nous savons, ces gens-là, ils sont aller pour un mauvais temps après ça.
Honorable Catherine Daniel, c'est membre parlement pour Coliho.
Oui, moi, je senti bien bon. Parce que Coliho a souffrance. Après Erika, en cette section Coliho, et bien ces gens-là, ils tombé. Et bien, chaque temps, ils reçoivent un cadeau de l'organisation Check Moon. Ils ont satisfait meilleur parce que ils ont vu Moon really care pour eux. So, ça c'est un bon geste pour moi. Et moi bien plaît ça l'autre café pour Dominique et pour Colio particulièrement.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson and Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day. Did you know that leaving your car at home twice a week can cut greenhouse gas emissions by 1,600 pounds per year, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency? Here's a way you can reduce your carbon footprint for a cleaner, greener earth. Don't idle. Remind vehicle owners/drivers to turn off engines when vehicles are parked. Exhaust from idling vehicles can pollute air in and around the transport. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha. Thanks for watching.